Our guest this afternoon is none other than Louis Armstrong. He is the personification of American jazz. He played his way up from the streets and the honky-tonks of his native New Orleans to become the greatest trumpet player on the contemporary scene, a performer known and loved all over the world. His concert tour of Western Europe in the fall of 1955 created such excitement that he became page one news and inspired Ed Murrow to devote a See It Now television show to the artist who won international goodwill for the USA, doing what came naturally. And of course, for Louis, it was blowing his horn in his own brilliant style. In Pittsburgh to open a week's engagement at the Twin Coaches tonight, he's about to visit with Florence Manson. Here's Florence now with her famous guest.
And here he is. Louis, I don't know, they call you Louis Armstrong, Satchmo, Satch, and out of respect I feel that I think so much of you I ought to call you Mr. Armstrong. What'll it be?
Oh, it's all right. Call me anything you want. Just don't call me too late to eat. That's all right.
And this is lunchtime, too, not too late.
Yeah, I'm on my way to lunch, by the way.
Well, Louis, you've certainly, in these past few years, created a lot of musical excitement with these tours of yours abroad. I wonder how you feel about being called, you know, next to John Foster Dulles, Louis Armstrong these days.
Well, that's good. I mean, the jazz fans, that's the way they feel, you know, because in Europe, you know, that's a big deal. Over there, jazz is stronger than the Masons, you know, and hot clubs, and honorary president of all of them, and wherever we play, they come in, it's like they're going to a football game.
And do you think that this enthusiasm for jazz in Europe is the reason for their great reception of you when you played over there in concert?
Sure. I mean, they have those records, every record I've made. And the minute I start blowing one, you know, the hands and everything, you know.
And what about no problem as far as not speaking their language is concerned, Louis?
When we finish the concerts, we go to the hot clubs and the unions and sit in with the musicians there. We play Musraram, the same, and we look at each other and just smile and blow. That's all. You don't need to talk.
Smile and blow. You don't have to talk.
No, yeah.
Oh, well, of course, it's been the greatest thing in the way of propaganda for democracy to send you to European countries because, you know, when he blows and they're with him, they think this must be a great country. Isn't that right?
That's the way we feel. I mean, even from the days of Storyville, I mean, the mind always the same in jazz. Like in Italy, we played one concert hall. And after the concert, I went over to La Scala and took pictures with them big cats like Brady and Wagner. They demanded that.
Those big cats.
Because we play from the heart.
Yeah. Well, this is one thing I know about you, that you do play from the heart. As a matter of fact, we were talking about you this morning here at the station, and some of the boys were saying that you sing the same way, that when you sing, it's more as though you were creating another instrument.
Sure, that's life. I mean, that's the way I always play. That's why my manager, he takes care of the band. They got them all on the contracts, and I'm the leader of the band and things like that, because so many years after a musician would get famous and they get him a band, then he forget about his public. He's watching the box office, trying to see how much come in, see?
But you don't.
No. If it's two, we blow the same. 2,000 the same. You know?
I noticed you have your handkerchief with you.
Yeah, well, that's, you know.
Is that what you use it for?
Yeah. When we was in New Orleans and we were teenagers, you know, talking to a little chick in the corner or something with my brow, yeah.
Has nothing to do with holding on to the trumpet,
well,
then.
Yeah, that's so, because when I get ready to mop my brows, see, I don't have to go in my pocket. It's right there.
I see. It's right there.
Keep it right there, see. See, the good trumpet players, you know, they keep the lips moist, lips stream like.
I see. I understand you said something about the trumpet now, that you call your horn your boss.
Yeah, well, it is the boss. I mean, when it is in good humor, everybody's in good humor.
You sort of
notes comes out.
Louis, you sort of think of the horn as being something outside yourself, don't you?
Well, I mean, the horn ain't gonna do you no favor. You got to do it right. That's why I appreciate it. You know, you can say, well, I ain't gonna blow you good tonight, you know. So you better blow, bro. Something gonna come out there ain't gonna act right. So I like to hear it too. So I know the other fellas gonna listen too.
So if you're playing to please yourself as well as the audience, no wonder it goes over.
You warm up at home, you got to be all right on the job. See, that's where all the new styles come from. The youngsters, they figure, oh, I can warm up when I get onto the job. They ain't check up on them jobs, you know. And when you get on there, everything's wrong. Cat calls and everything.
What about, you said the young ones. I think of how you had an opportunity in your era, and heavens knows you've stayed with us a long while, to come up through, you know, the big name bands. Today the business is changing. The vocals, the thing, and the bands in the background.
Yeah.
Where do you think the young musicians that will hit your caliber are going to come from?
Well, all that to do, like we did, we observed from the good old timers. You see what I mean? Well, let them figure well, I'm young, I can blow on loud, and that ain't the way it is. I mean, it's a certain amount of strategy and how to preserve yourself, your health, and everything. See what I mean? There's B.A. Roth, man, in his 70s was playing octave high. And I didn't hear one youngster sing under bottom when I was in New York in 1924. And I went home and next week came out with When You're Smiling. See the difference? That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you always had
They observe a little. They figure because the musician's old, he can't show him nothing. That ain't the way to look at it.
Doesn't apply to you, does it, Louis?
No,
You're as great today as you ever were.
Oh, I'm trying to get that middle valve out of second.
Still working, huh?
Yeah, man.
You don't think about retiring, do you?
No, you don't retire in music. When anybody retires, I think they're lazy, you know, waiting for the day to die or something. No, no such thing as retiring.
Please excuse me.
Yeah.
Our time is up, as it really is, and besides, we have a model waiting.
Oh,
Well, Shannon, I want you to meet Louis Armstrong.
Okay, Papa.
And all of us will want to see and hear more of Louis Satchmo Armstrong out at the Twin Coaches on Route 51 near Belle Vernon. He's going to be there all of this week. A great musician in our midst this week.
We got him covered.
We'll let you in on a little secret. Louis Armstrong appeared on the premises after the show had begun.
You handled it beautifully.
Oh, thank
Believe
you,
me.
Paul Shannon.